NASCAR turn 4 over here at pit entry. The right rear tire's flat on that car.
Broke in the rear.
Something broke in the rear, and so Brett Moffitt, as you mentioned, running for a Truck Series championship in the garage area, but here he is on the track, Junior.
Yeah, you can see the tire smoking as it's rubbing the left rear quarter panel. The track bar is broken on that car. This is the spin further around the racetrack, tearing the right rear tire off the car, but he's going to the garage.
Down to 10th, and people coming from behind hard on him.
Oh, and into the wall, the 47. So now potentially an issue for Kyle Weatherman. Might bring the caution out here, but he's getting it back. It looks like he's going to get it back onto the asphalt. Sure enough, he will. This is what happened.
Oh boy, just lost. There's just no grip. I mean, it's just raining so hard.
Well, he's not the only one. Briscoe right here, he kind of gets squeezed into the corner by the 16, but then just gets on the gas. I don't know if it was the left rear getting on the curbing, but instantly spins right here coming to the start-finish line.
He was 5th when he spun right there.
Was
5th.
Jeff, you bring it up. The stage Gragson leading right now is a huge story. When the
the 19 cars in the wall over here in the infield. The 9 cars wrecked off.
The leader.
The leader of the race
Gragson
just spun out.
All right, take back what I was saying.
10 car.
10 car.
Ross Chastain into the wall. His windshield wiper doesn't work. Haley right now is out front, and we know his windshield wiper doesn't work either.
And remember,
raining really hard.
Remember what's on this stage is the goal, Jeff. I don't want you to push because you can end up like this right here. Another car heavy in the barriers, and this may bring the caution out.
Tommy Joe Martins is stuck in the tire barriers as we see the 6.
Oh, there's a couple cars in the fence over there.
There's
another one in the wall.
Just dove into the fence.
I think they got to throw the yellow here because you got cars sitting there.
Austin Hill
off the racetrack.
Here's the 99 McLaughlin.
You got more cars piling into that area.
I think it's fair to say grip level's low.
Yeah, leading. And this happens to him.
Yeah, just trying to carry a lot of speed. Again, now on that paint. Once he got on that paint, he was gone. Just no way to gather back up. Then once you get in the grass, obviously like that's no grip.
Very little contact there, too, for Noah Gragson.
Very lucky for that.
Yeah.
Not to have more damage to take him out of the race. Just some light contact with the barrier. Then the 10 car just slightly collects the back of the car there. Also very lucky to come away with very minimal damage. And then this area right here is a real danger, and the reason why we needed to throw the yellow, because more and more cars were going to pile into this.
So Junior, is that just exiting 5 to 6? I'm trying to figure. That's where it is, right? They're losing it into turn 5.
It's a flat entry uphill. Look at that. I mean, there's so much water on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, that right there, that is turn 3.
Now, NASCAR also has told us that they would evaluate when there's too much rain. If there's standing water in certain areas, that would be an issue.
You mentioned the right sides. If the right side tires stayed on the curbing, then even though 90% of your car didn't make it,
the 16's having trouble.
That's A.J. Allmendinger.
A.J. Allmendinger might have made some contact with the wall. It's very slow coming out of turn 1. Here's the 16 car. What happened to him over there? Just did a quick spin.
Little pirouette.
No contact. Didn't even stop. Come to a stop there.
Joey Chitwood stunt driving.
I was listening to Around and Around.
Oh, we got another car in the wall over here. Stopped on the racetrack out of turn 1. The 17.
Cody Ware able to get going once again.
He too doesn't seem to have made contact with anything. It's going to be tough to do it through this technical part of this infield. Oh, he gets in the back of Noah.
And Noah around.
All right, he just turned you.
And into the tire barriers. Let's see if he's able to keep going.
A couple guys coming behind you.
Remember, these guys had some issues at Texas earlier this year.
It's a great
Bad blood between those two guys, and I talked to Dave Rogers, crew chief of the 18 this morning. He said, you know what, if anybody roughs you up, you have your orders. Remember earlier on an oval this year, I think it was Kansas or something like that, Noah basically was aggressive with the 18 and took him out of the race.
I don't even know if we'll be able to tell exactly what happened there.
You saw the 18 car wiggle a little bit, then he got into the back of Noah, and listen, these conditions are tough. I mean, clearly contact. There's no denying it, but I have a hard time saying that Riley did that on purpose. These conditions, guys, are really, really difficult, and they've never experienced it before. Riley's never been to this track, much less in these conditions. I know things can look on purpose and intentional.
Have the inside line down here in this next corner. He's going to take the lead momentarily.
Oh, 18
they're
goes
wrecking.
around.
Both
So
of
is
them are
the
wrecking.
7. And they pile into him.
Barely got the barrier with my back. Still green here.
Caution hasn't come out.
The 11 car, Haley.
There's another car between Allgaier and Haley.
All right, you're clear right here.
Make out.
When he gets out of the way here.
No yellow yet. NASCAR
No.
letting this race play itself out.
Everybody got through.
See if these guys remain stuck in this barrier. I don't know that.
Yep,
Yeah, there we go.
caution's out. I think that's Preston Pardis that's up in front of Justin Haley.
I couldn't tell. Right?
Oh, he's lifted up. That's why he can't move.
Oh, I can tell now. Yeah.
Levin's underneath him.
They were anticipating. Justin Allgaier just by Riley, and then just both of them right there. Lost control.
Yeah, so the 7 on his own. The 18 definitely had contact from Allmendinger, it appeared.
Yeah, I was going to say the 7 just got in there hot. The 18 right here looks like there was some contact with AJ that sent him around.
And then behind them, think about trying to get slowed down in this rain, right? So
You can't
jumping
touch
on the brakes. Jumping on the brakes makes it worse.
Yeah, you can't touch the brakes in this situation.
So contact right there. Riley came down on AJ.
Yeah, I'm thinking I keep
I
coming.
think that's fair. It looked to me like
Clear
AJ
around.
had the inside lane.
In the 16. Diving through turn 1. And around goes the 32.
Hard into the wall.
Josh Williams hard into the wall.
39 almost has to come to a stop, losing a lot of spots right there.
So really go into turn 1.
Oh, the 92 gets some help from the 68 of Brandon Brown.
And there you see the 20. He's running, and everything seems fine right there.
This, to me, was the most impressive part of the 92. After he sent into the fence, that nobody makes contact with him. Very, very wet conditions.
Chase Briscoe out front. Pressure from Noah Gragson behind him. Ross Chastain in the 10 on the
Noah goes
outside.
around.
Goes Noah Gragson and into the wall hard twice.
Straight down, the whole field's coming.
Noah just being real aggressive there.
Just lost the back of the car. So much water on the racetrack. When the caution come out, you can see the cars back there behind Noah's throwing that water in the air.
They hit a big high-speed track. Oh, no, Ryan Sieg.
And Ryan Sieg.
That's a lot of damage, Steve.
Let's take a look, guys. All by himself, just loses it through turn 1. We've seen many cars do it today.
Oh. Getting around Ross Chastain. Dave, you got some on Ross?
Well, and those guys are both in the
Alex Abbay's in a fence.
and it was looking so good for him. He's in the same fuel situation as leader Chase Briscoe, the 10 and the 36.
Needs to go. There you see Labbe just trying to get back in the throttle and just lost the back, and then unfortunately for him, it just caught the tire barrier.
You did. You mentioned Ross Chastain could go as slow as he'd like. I would take the opposite approach. I would just pit him.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I mean, he has what, 35 points to give. You know, you run out of gas in the infield section, you may not, you don't have to get pushback. You could lose a lap. I would just go ahead and pit him, put fuel in the.
Oh, there's
Snider
Myatt.
around. And all those positions that he had worked so hard to gain. Yeah,
just, he's not the first. Same place we've seen Sieg. The list is very, you want to be the first car. But if you consistently run in the top 5, as we see the 99 around here on the front stretch, you know, you have to be in the picture. Water might go away as we see Cindric
push it, as does Noah Gragson. Oh, and right to the back bumper, the 18.
Well,
These two already had an issue.
That's right.
Driving underneath the 18 car of Riley Herbst, and then here comes Noah.
Again, does he have enough fuel? How much pressure, as we see the 99 McLaughlin around again, how much pressure will A.J. Allmendinger put on Chase Briscoe? Under 9 laps to go. That's not a good place to be sitting.
Oh!
And don't back into another car.
Well, here come the leaders. They're going to be the next set of cars coming through right here. If we stand right here, we're going to see the leaders turn into this corner. Here they come.
And right there. Oh, and he pulls out and into the wall. Caution comes out.
You're good.
Saves his fuel mileage, guys.
Oh, that's a great point, Dave. Why it was a little bit of a hard on the nerves.
Take a look at what happened there.
Drops a tire off on the right side there.
Oh, my.
Man.
A little bit of standing water back there.
That's definitely lift clean in place.
I agree with you on the fuel mileage, but also just the short run speed of AJ. His experience, he can attack that first lap where it seems the 98 car has to work his way up to trusting the grip in the car.
So how much faith do you
Herbst.
have? Like at this point,
Oh, look at that.
Man, I didn't see that contact from 18.
So Riley would think about this. Riley was running 5th when that happened, so he would be sitting there running 5th.
But also, the guys in 3rd are going to be aggressive. Here's some contact with a 13 and a 7.
Oh,
wow.
It was Stephen Leicht in at 13 that also hit the
Briscoe
into
got a
turn
better
1.
restart.
A lot better start for Chase Briscoe, but here comes the 16 again. AJ Allmendinger with a great turn, and now the 98 goes around.
Hold her down here. Got her.
Briscoe around. He'll wait for the field.
but in the end, the 16 got momentum around the outside of the 98. The 98 just lost control, whether it was standing water or too hard on the gas. We're going to have to ask Chase Briscoe in a little bit. In the end, though, loses control of the 98, spins it around, and just like that, he loses the race.
So look behind him, all the water flying up in the air. The car's hitting that trough. There's a little bit of a trough right there as